Some of the vocabulary that you taught in Module 1 will be reviewed in this module. Review the meanings by referring to the class word wall. Add idiom to your permanent word wall and students' individual vocabulary list if they have them. There are some text-specific words in this lesson that go along with the read aloud. Focus on these words in context and their meanings during the read aloud. For opening A, there are several ways you can scaffold it for students. Certain students can first listen to descriptions of the quote on their back without having to describe the quotes on others' backs. You provide sentence frames to bolster participation. For example, your mystery quote is about, it takes about. Consider altering the activity so that one student wears a mystery quote and another student wears the matching description of the quote written on a separate strip. Students mix and mingle, reading quote and description strips until they find their match. When reading The Great Kapok Tree, check often for understanding and include a lot of discussion. Allow students to discuss with small groups or partners what is happening in the story. For additional support with writing, prepare sticky notes with pre-written words or drawings based on the gist of different sections of the text. As students listen to the story, they can match the gist represented on the sticky notes with each section read aloud. Consider differentiating the complexity of explaining quotes figurative language note catcher. If students need support with identifying the type of figurative language, provide 3 options as multiple choice and provide a definition on the page. If students need support with interpreting the meaning of figurative language, have them do fewer examples, but also jot an illustration of the phrase to infer its meaning. Consider providing sentence frames for the "What does this help the reader understand?" column. During or after work time C, lead students through Language Dive 2, Part 1. Refer to the Language Dive Guide 2, Part 1. Language dives benefit all students. You can do them in small groups or as a whole class. Be sure to cut up the strips of the parts of the sentence or rewrite the strips onto large sentence strips and call on students to manipulate the sentence chunks to form the sentence. Use the teacher reference section to discuss the chunks of the sentence and help students make meaning. Scaffolding is an instructional method that progressively moves students toward greater independence and understanding during the learning process. Refer to the EL Education Scaffold Overview for grades 2 through 5 for additional resources that may provide further support when planning and for implementing instruction. As a reminder, additional resources and professional learning videos can be found in Learning Central under the appendix within each grade level module and in the teacher planning tools for your grade level curriculum. If you need more assistance with differentiating scaffolding lessons, you may wish to reach out to the experts in your building, the ESL teacher, the special education specialist, the intervention team facilitator, or contact the central office coordinating teachers assigned to your school for support.